Time is sponsored by Volunteers of America Southeast.
Of faith, and joining us this morning is Father Elias Stevens with Annunciation Greek Orthodox Church in Mobile. Thank you for joining us, sir.
Thank you for having me again.
This past week, a lot of churches may have been observing St. James the Great Day. Tell us about St. James. Who was he?
St. James was apostle of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. He was a brother of St. John, and his parents were Zebedee and Salome, and he was as we know, one of the 12.
Talk to us a little bit about how he was pivotal in the early history of Christianity.
I think it has to go with both he and his brother's personality. They're both very fiery, they were zealous, and that zealousness, and we can see it in the Gospel of Luke, where the Samaritans didn't accept Jesus, and so they asked the Lord if they could bring down fire upon them, and then the Lord told them no. But that gives you an idea of how zealous they were for the faith and following Jesus Christ, and that really set the tone for their ministry.
What do you think are his greatest works or writings when it comes to James?
Well, there's not a whole lot of works. He didn't pen very much. There are some apocryphal writings, but to me, one of the greatest things he did was just answering the call. You know, all of us are called, but few answer it. And so St. James and his brother answered it there on the shore of Galilee while they were mending the nets with their father. And I think that is just, I think that's huge.
When we talk about James, we also have to mention the fact that he was the first apostle to be martyred. Why do you consider that to be significant?
Well, again, in the Gospel of Mark, I believe it's in chapter 10, when he and his brother asked with the mother Salome to sit at the right and left of Christ, the Lord told him that wasn't for him to give, but that they would participate in his suffering. So he prophesied that St. James would suffer, and then in 44 AD we know that Herod Agrippa sentenced him to death or martyred him.
And when you talk about this saint in particular, what do you hope people learn from James? What's the example from him?
The example that I pray that people learn is that you can see from his fiery temper and his zeal for Christ that it gets transformed, and it gets transformed into this selflessness that he just heals, and he's spreading the word of Christ, and he's being an obedient servant of our Lord.
What's your favorite part of James's story, you think?
My favorite part is actually his martyrdom, and as he's going to his martyrdom because of
his continuing in the faith.
Because he's continuing in the faith, Herod Agrippa is upset, so he's going to, because of the riots we're starting, because he's preaching the word of God, because he's come back to Judea. On his way to his martyrdom, there's a paralytic laying on the side of the road, and he asks James to heal him, and he does. The gentleman leading him to his martyrdom is converted by this, and that as they get there to be martyred, James asked for just one request, and that was for a vase of water. And that vase of water he used to baptize the gentleman that was leading him to the execution or the martyrdom.
And do you think, as he grew in the faith, do you think he became a calmer, more tempered man?
I think it was transformed, just like what you see of St. Paul, where St. Paul says, that which I want to do, I do not do, and that what I do not want to do, I do. And then at the end of his ministry, he says, it is no longer I who live, but Christ who lives in me. I think you can see the same kind of transformation in St. James, where he's selfless.
Father Elias Stevens with Annunciation Greek Orthodox Church in Mobile. Thank you for joining us this morning for this edition of Faith Time, and News 5 this morning will continue after the break.
Thank you for having me.